you having resolved something that was a cause of pain for you. Those are the things to be grateful for as well. Chilidzi, you calling us from Centurion. What do you want to say about the EFF leader? Good morning.
Good morning. I hope you are good.
Yes, yes,
Even
go ahead.
after Julius clarified everything, you seem to still be hanging on the wrongs that he had said in the ad hoc committee. But if you look at the whole thing, I mean, now the evidence is clear. Advocate Johnson lied in the ad hoc committee. I mean, Julius was lied to too there. So out of the lies, he made a wrong conclusion.
Did he say that?
The late.
Did he say, you know what, guys? I realized that this woman didn't lie to us and I made a wrong conclusion about her. I was wrong. Did you hear him say that?
So he said, I mean, he can't choose my words. He chose his own words. And what she presented in the ad hoc committee is different from what she presented in Madlanga committee. That's how he put it. That's his own way of putting it. But I think the meaning is more or less the same. Because in Madlanga, what we know now is that what she said in the ad hoc was actually not true. And then, are we now blaming Julius for being lied to?
No, I'm actually saying that you must be able to come and say, hey, I'm actually quite embarrassed by what we have seen. Because now your followers, the last thing they know of you towards Andrea Johnson is, look, you are doing a good job. Continue and don't be threatened. Now that you know what you know, and I'm not convinced that he has not even seen one clip of Andrea Johnson, as busy as he has been. I'm not convinced because that thing was everywhere. And also, maybe let's say maybe Chilidzi, let's say maybe I'm wrong there. Maybe Julius doesn't have to say that. Okay, do you connect the dots, Chilidzi? Do you know who Andrea Johnson is close to? Khan?
Yes, I would do.
Do you know that Julius Malema is also associated via Said to Khan? You know Andrea Johnson was trying to protect Khan. So are those dots not connecting for you?
They are connecting very well. Remember, as a leader of the party, he had the function to fundraise for the party, and under very difficult circumstances. So almost anyone who could assist the party was being accepted. You will know that at the time, at the initial stages of the EFF, ANC was hell-bent to make sure that nobody would fund the EFF. So they had to make means.
So if it was drug lords, Chilidzi, are you suggesting that they must just take the money because it's drug lords and any political party needs some funding, therefore just take funding from wherever it comes? Because it's difficult.
But they didn't disclose to him that it's money from drug lords. I think we're really pushing it.
No, that's an example. I'm not saying they said that because you're saying that it was very difficult. And I'm saying, okay, sure, it's difficult for many other political parties that are new to start. In fact, if anything, as a political party, you would rather depend on your own members and their funding to help you prop up the party than rely on people with questionable credentials. Like if Edwin Sodi paid for the campaign of Paul Mashatile, you probably would be the first one to call and say, why? But why can't you point to that when it comes to Canelix, knowing what you know about the company?
But they were not investigating those. They were accepting the money wherever that it came from. But gradually, EFF now depends on its own membership funding. And I think if you look at it holistically, the whole thing, if EFF and Julius didn't accumulate what they have accumulated up to this far, wherever the money is coming from, as long as they are not involved in crime, Julius would have been in jail now because they wouldn't have enough funds to fight. He wouldn't have enough funds to fight all the court cases that were being brought to take him out.
So, do you think there's no funding anymore coming from that company
now?
Yeah, as we speak.
No, I think if now knowing what we know, they should stop the funding from that company. But
that's you see, Tselizi. Nobody, even the leader of the EFF, has not come out and said, knowing what we know about these people, we would never receive funding from them. All we know is they helped the EFF. That's it. And the EFF leader always defends that. Nowhere does he say, you know what, guys? Knowing what we know about this company, we would never even want to touch them. But they did help us back then. We didn't know anything. Now that we know what we know, we would never want to receive anything from them. And I'm not hearing that. All I hear is defense of the relationship that exists between the party and that organization.
Equally, I'm not hearing that we are continuing to receive funds from them. So I think for now, let's agree that there's that gap. There's that gap of information that we don't have. Yes, we don't know. But ideally, or it will be prudent for them to stop accepting funding from those questionable characters.
Yeah, and I wonder if they've stopped. And maybe that's what we should ask the next time is, have you continued to receive funding from them? Because also, remember, not every funding that political parties get gets registered where you can see it reflected even in the IEC's records. There's a way here to do these things. Let's hear from Xoli, who's calling us from Alberton. Xoli, what are your thoughts? Hi.
Yes, hi. Good morning, Mr. Clement.
Sure. Go ahead.
I think you just covered my part with the previous caller, because I also wanted to address that issue, which is like someone who didn't listen the press yesterday. That part where Malema explains it. I said to Johnson, yes, compared to Mandela, based on the information that was on the table that time. Yeah, I think you just talked to that, because I also wanted to address that. Yes, we are not here to judge Malema. Here there are wrongdoings that they have been done, but that part for someone who didn't listen the press yesterday, that part was missing. He did acknowledge that he said that because of the information that was on the table that time.
What does he think now? How is he judging her now?
Yeah, that part is also missing. You are supposed to also continue with now, based on the information that I have, I conclude.
And that's precisely my point, Oli, is I'm not so much judging him on but he was presented with information. In fact, at the time when he said that about Andre Johnson, I said, why is there anything wrong with what Malema said? I've said that on air because I didn't see anything wrong with what he said. That's his view, and that's information he was presented. But as a leader, Xoli, as a leader with a huge following like that, you want to you know how many EFF supporters are probably conflicted? Because they support Madlanga. But now they hear what Julius says about Madlanga and they're thinking, okay, what do we do now? We're on the fence. Are we going to continue praising Madlanga or not? Because our leader seems to take issue with how they've even addressed him. So on the Johnson issue, as a leader, you come back and you say, you know what? I was misled there. This woman put up this case and that's why I said what I said. But hey, based on what's come out of IDEC, out of the Madlanga Commission, I take that back because, wow, what is that? And that's the part I'm not getting. Instead, he says, I haven't been watching. Are you convinced of that?
No, I'm not convinced. He's always on social media.
He's always on social media. What about Khan?
He was supposed to address that one. He was supposed to address that one because he got a platform yesterday.
What about Khan? Oli, you know what you know about Khan. This is probably the richest crime intelligence officer in the country right now. 30 vehicles in a year. 39 million rand in property. Where have you ever seen a deputy head of the of crime intelligence? Go check how much he earns. And now we've got information about some tenders that he was part of rigging, and those are the allegations at the commission. Why is Julius not coming out and saying, I have been associated with Khan, but not anymore? Or even with Zing Ngumalo. Hey, these guys, I've asked them what's going on. In fact, he's not. He seems to just tell us, yeah, I did call Saeed and I asked about Khan. Yeah, I spoke to my friend Zay 3 days ago. He was in London. There's no interest whatsoever in the things these people are accused of, which are serious crimes.
Yes, I think, yes, he's missing that part to address based on what's currently happening. He avoids that part. He's not addressing that part. He's just telling us about stories that are not related to what's happening now. He's missing that part. That's my take on that one.
Got you. Xoli in Alberton, thank you. Muletsani in Centurion, hi.
All right, Clement. With Malema, for me, it's just a symbol. It's just a show of someone who, even in the face of evidence, carries on to be defiant. And that will be his downfall. I used to be a very, 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 very good follower of the EFF, and you are correct when you say some of us EFF supporters are conflicted, but some of us are not blind followers of Malema. We're not blind followers of Malema, Clement. We stand for the truth. And as much as the Madlanga Commission is not a court of law, it's a fact-finding mission. It's a fact-finding commission. The evidence is there. The evidence is there, Clement. So people like us cannot ignore the evidence that is being presented there, because of our love for Malema. You know, that will be his downfall, Clement. I can tell you now. Because even in the face of evidence, he insults people, he swears at people, he calls people names, he diverts. We're not stupid. You know, we're not stupid. We are hearing this and there is evidence, Clement. You know, so people like Malema, I'm very disappointed at him. You know, I'm defeated. And a man we know, Clement, Malema is a crook. You know, we know from what we've seen, and we also connect the dots. You know, I'm a big fan of current affairs. You know, yesterday, I think it was yesterday or Tuesday, when you were connecting the dots for us, I went back and I connected the same dots with my friend. You know, and I was telling my friend about Andrea Johnson to say, you know, we should learn from Andrea Johnson that there is no perfect crime. You know, even if we are all involved, from the CEO to the cleaner in the biggest company, if we are plotting to do wrong things, we will be caught. You know, someone, somewhere, you know, will blow the whistle. We will be caught. You know, and I was even making an example, Hori. I wonder what is Andrea Johnson thinking. You know, like, when she looks at the mirror, besides how the wealth is her, when she looks in the mirror, I wonder how does she reflect? How does she reflect?
I wonder too. Like, even...
I wonder how does she reflect? Forget about what we think of, not the outside world, what we think of her. I'm just thinking of her alone to say, what have I done?
Yeah, what are the conversations she's having with herself? Yeah, that's it. And for me, that's also revealed in also the secret conversation. Like when she calls Ramsamy and she says, if they call you leave, these people are unprofessional. Then I'm not hearing any part where she says, yeah, you know what, I'm realizing since I've been at the commission, I've made a lot of concessions because we've made a few mistakes that we need to correct. Nothing like that. It's just, they make faces. They're unprofessional. Hey, it's 14 before 10.
When Joburg came together in the iconic CBD for the 702 Josie My Josie Walk the Talk, unforgettable moments were made, and none of it would have been possible without our incredible partners.
My name is Loiso Masuku. I'm the Executive Deputy Mayor and a member of the Mayoral Committee for Finance in the city of Joburg. Prime Media 702, Josie My Josie, the businesses that partnered with us. All of you actually bring life into the city. It is important to have partnerships with civil society, partnerships that matter. And this is one of them. One thing I loved, the social cohesion. Nation building is what we're talking about. It was just a beautiful day.
Thank you to all our partners who showed that great things happen when Joburg comes together for the 702 Josie My Josie Walk the Talk, hosted by the City of Johannesburg.
Cutting costs means more money for your business. So switch to OUTsurance Business Insurance and you could get a massive 20% discount on your business insurance premium, and you could get an out bonus with up to 10% of your paid premiums back. So make the smart business move and switch to OUTsurance Business Insurance today. For law firms, real estate agencies, computer services, and all other businesses, visit outsurance.co.za or call 08600 60,000 today. Licensed insured and FSP. T's and C's online.
Your boss noticed. Your ex noticed. The neighbors definitely noticed. Because some cars say, I rented a car. And some cars say, I rented the car. Sani Sixt Rent a Car. Premium rentals. For people who don't settle. Choose the right car. Rent Sani Sixt on sani.co.za.
Find your next design obsession at Decorex Joburg. From the 30th of July to the 2nd of August, the Sandton Convention Centre becomes the destination for the latest in decor and design. Explore over 450 exhibitors across 5 levels, inspiring talks and live demos, plus the property show by Private Property. Download the Decorex app and plan your visit today. Decorex Joburg, 30th July to 2nd August. Tickets at decorex.co.za and at the door.
702 and the Dis-Chem Foundation are shining the spotlight on the health matters you want to know more about. Here's what we explored this month.
I believe that when boys are taught empathy, resilience, respect, emotional intelligence, they're more likely to complete their education. We want to get them into careers irrespective of how well they have or haven't done at school. Give them opportunity to be contributing to their communities and ultimately to society. That's the way we want them to go. And they don't have to continue in what they've necessarily seen or grown up with. And they can see hope.
In Conversation on Afternoon Drive with John Perlman. Brought to you by the Dis-Chem Foundation, caring for the community on 702.
Your voice,
Your station.
your open line
Walk the talk with Clement Manyathela.
on 702.
11 minutes before 10 o'clock. Let's go to your WhatsApps.
Hi, Clement. Yeah, I'm as shocked as you are, right, regarding the testimony in the Madlanga yesterday. However, let's wait until that Mahumela guy is called. And this is not about Mahumela, no. It's about the people behind Mahumela. Then we will be shocked. I can't wait for that day. Sure. Thanks, Clement. It's Boo here.
Good morning, Clement. Our that lady yesterday, Ramsini, he has a score to settle at Madlanga. You can see the way she was testifying. She was laughing. I remember when Mr. Nkosi was at the commission, when he used to laugh, the commissioners will get very angry, asking him, "What are you laughing?" And Julius Malema, he didn't watch. What do you want him to say? He didn't watch. There's no problem if you don't believe him. Thank you very much.
Morning, Clement. I'm just checking for Gorgeous to do this, to advocate telling her to leave the country. Isn't it defeating the ends of justice? What is Gorgeous doing?
Good morning, Madi Major and 702 listeners. Listening at the phone call of Andrea Johnson saying the commission is unprofessional. I think she's not the one to be saying that. All what she has done with this cabal and the Khan and all the guys is what is unprofessional. Being at the commission, there's nothing unprofessional about it. Thank you.
Good morning, Clement. Good show as usual, my brother. As for Gorgeous, it's bad. I don't know what's wrong with our people. People who are in top position, they seem to act in a very different way. I mean, that department is in trouble because of her, we're not Clement. The responsibility and accountability start from her. But now I'm happy the truth is out, we're not Clement. Vincent Leon.
Yeah. But you know what's impressive for me, and I have to give it to Julius for this. This man has an ability to capture and somehow not do the bare minimum to convince his followers. And it's not all of his followers that always buy his story. I accept that. I think there are many who will call on the show and say, I support Julius, but I'm disappointed in 1, 2, 3. Or, I support Zuma or Ramaphosa, whatever the case is, because two things can exist at the same time. But I do find that a lot of his supporters, they just wait for him to say something, because that's why I said many of them were conflicted. They didn't know, what do we do? Do we go after Andrea Johnson? But remember what CIC said about her. Oh, what do we do? Do we go after Khan? But remember, CIC has associations through Saeed with Khan. And they almost wait for Julius Malema to come and chat the path. So if Julius says, no, Madlanga is being weird, watch the narrative. There are some people who follow him who are going to believe that, like, there's politicization of things, let's say, at the Madlanga Commission. And I think that's quite impressive, to be a political leader who still somehow manages to amass such support, and you're able to easily convince people based on your story, and people are going to go and defend it with everything they have. And when you're looking at the dots that are connecting, but those dots won't connect for those people because they are quite resolved in their support of this leader. And I think that's quite admirable, honestly. It is. How many leaders are able to do that? Because I bet you, the same people who were praising the Madlanga Commission, or the same people who were connecting the dots between Johnson and Andrea, and now it's going to be difficult for them to connect the dot back to Julius, because they have to somehow find a way to make that dot invisible. Why? Because of the support on the man. But you know what? You can still support your leader and still say, hey, but here I disagree with you. That's actually a mature way of demonstrating support to anyone you care about, is you can still show them your appreciation, but when they do wrong or you disagree, you still tell them. The two can exist at the same time.
Your boss noticed. Your ex noticed. The neighbors definitely noticed. Because some cars say, I rented a car. And some cars say, I rented the car. Sani Sixt Rent a Car. Premium rentals. For people who don't settle. Choose the right car. Rent Sani Sixt on sani.co.za.
Because behind every blood donation is a future still unfolding. A child's first day at school, a first job, a dream business, a first drive. For 25 years, blood donors have made these moments possible. In just 30 minutes, give someone another tomorrow. Be the lifeline. Give blood. Give it tomorrow. The South African National Blood Service.
Looking for a car? Then there's only one place to go. Avis Car Sales. From small, friendly options and double cabs that do the work to drop tops and luxury sedans, Avis Car Sales has them all because they sell cars. Plus, every car is checked, serviced, and covered by a manufacturer's warranty. Trade-ins are welcomed and finance options are available too. Visit Avis Car Sales in Croydon, Kempton Park, Rivonia, or brand new showroom at 100 Pudding Road in Centurion.
Your voice, your station, your open line. Walk the talk with Clement Manyathela on 702.
4 minutes before 10.
Morning, Madimeja. Let's not get carried away with Trump. I haven't had a chance to watch or to follow those things. And scrolling, I want to be a one on Twitter or somewhere. It's two different things. He can't comment based on one clip of Monchije if it happened or Motomo Monchije or he came across it. I believe what that guy is saying. I'm too busy as Nafazi Kalibella Majang. Madimeja from Dima Wamadimeja. What? Hope you're good, man.
Good morning, Clement. You are 100% right. You know, you're thinking around Julius Malema in terms of how he's expected to reason. But then how do we know that he's asking those questions in private and that he's not just coming out in the public to say, I asked Zay 1, 2, 3, 4, but because it's his friend, probably somewhere in private, he gets to ask, look, this is the headlines about you, 1, 2, 1, 2, can you just clarify, you know? And to say he is not saying that in public, that was irrelevant with regard to the questions that he was asked by journalists. I don't know, but I'm just devil's advocate here.
No, I absolutely hear what you're saying. But how would we know what's happening in private? So if we are seeing you fraternize, let's say, let me use an example, maybe hypothetical one. You are busy fraternizing with a drug dealer publicly. You even talk about how you're friends with or the person who's committed a crime. And yes, behind the scenes, you've been questioning the person. What happened? Did you do it or not? To satisfy yourself. But in public, all you show us is the association and the friendships. And I'm saying that I've got a problem with. Then he would rather just not tell us about Zay. Just keep it to yourself. Rather than don't mention anything about Khan. But there were questions that were asked. So if you're going to say, oh, I actually spoke to Zay and he was telling me about this, to someone who's sitting at home is like, wait, is this the same Zay who financed a trip of Imogen Mashazi all the way to to London on a private jet? Whoa. People don't know that Julius Malema is asking those questions behind the scenes. And unfortunately, Julius Malema is always going to be judged differently. He's a leader of a political party. He's a leader in parliament. So the expectation on him is that the bar is actually set high. You can do that and fraternize with whoever and you don't owe anyone an explanation. He's a public figure. And he leads a political party that says it fights for corruption. When there are people linked to corruption, at the very least, what you do is you show that there's interest in wanting to get to the bottom of it because those people are associated with you or your party. And I'm saying, that's the part I'm missing. That is the part I'm missing. I wish there was more transparency so that then we're calm. We're like, okay, yeah, Julius is friends with Zay, but we also know that he's raising these difficult conversations with him. Because ultimately, he hates crime. He hates corruption, right? How is he tackling it when it's his friends who are accused?
Because behind every blood donation is a future still unfolding. A child's first day at school, a first job, a dream business, a first drive. For 25 years, blood donors have made these moments possible. In just 30 minutes, give someone another tomorrow. Be the lifeline. Give blood. Give it tomorrow. The South African National Blood Service.
To walk the talk is to turn words into meaningful actions. And it's what we at 702 are committed to doing every day. We're also committed to following the rules set out by the Broadcasting Complaints Commission's Code of Conduct. To give you balanced programming, fair comment, and accurate news. But if we stumble along the way and you feel we're not living up to the code, let us know on comment@702.co.za. And if after that you're still not happy, you can direct your complaint in writing to the Broadcasting Complaints Commission, PO Box 412365, Craig Hall 2024. For more, visit bccsa.co.za.
Looking for the latest in design, decor, and innovation? Then make your way to Decorex Joburg, happening from the 30th of July to the 2nd of August at the Sandton Convention Center. Discover world-class installations, inspiring craftsmanship, and brands that are shaping the future of design. Whether you're a home owner, design enthusiast, or industry professional, Decorex is where creativity, lifestyle, and innovation come together. Don't miss your chance. Book your tickets now at decorex.co.za or at the door. Decorex Joburg, 30th of July to the 2nd of August at the Sandton Convention Center.
This is EWN.
Good morning, I am Sfiso Zulu. Today's witness at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry is Investigating Directorate Against Corruption Senior Investigator Mancha Raphesu. Raphesu is expected to shed light on the events that led to IDEC's arrests of Crime Intelligence Head Dumsani Khumalo and Technical Support Services boss Dineo Mukwele. Their arrests and prosecution have come under scrutiny at the Commission after it emerged that they were carried out based on inaccurate information. Raphesu started his testimony just a short while ago, detailing how IDEC investigators are assigned to cases.
So basically, the investigators don't have a say or they don't choose which project they belong to. So what will actually happen is let me just call them management. They are the ones that decides who belongs where, who's going to work where.
His testimony continues. The city of Ekurhuleni says the disciplinary process against suspended Metro Police Chief Julius Mkhwanazi is expected to be concluded within the next few months. Mkhwanazi is facing an internal investigation following allegations that he authorized the issuing of blue lights to alleged crime boss Vusmuzi Kat Matlala. Two senior City of Ekurhuleni officials who are also implicated in the scandal were dismissed by the Metro yesterday. Alfara Mushwana has more.
The Ekurhuleni City Council resolved yesterday to terminate the contracts of Head of HR Linda Kashega and Head of Legal Services Kemi Behari. The two are accused of shelving a 2023 IPID report that found Julius Mkhwanazi should face a disciplinary hearing for allegedly authorizing blue lights for Vusmuzi Ket Matlala. With two of Mkhwanazi's alleged associates now dismissed, questions are now being asked about when Mkhwanazi's own disciplinary process will be finalized. But City of Ekurhuleni spokesperson Phakamile Mbengashe says very soon.
The only difference with
Mr. Mkwanazi is that he's not a senior manager as per the Municipal Systems Act, so his report will go directly to the city manager, and the city manager will take action to follow suit.
Head of ICT Moloko Mnyapao has also been dismissed for misconduct and negligence that allegedly contributed to a 2 billion rand revenue loss 2 years ago. Alpha Ramshwana, Eyewitness News.
In the Johannesburg High Court, a trial within a trial in a matter involving Mathala continues. It's day 5 of State Witness Captain Phimi Sikhobela's cross-examination. The court turned into a fierce legal battle yesterday over the alleged violation of accused number 1 Musa Kekana's constitutional rights. Despite repeated denials by the state's key witness, the defense produced hospital records to support allegations of assault and repeated suffocation during Kekana's arrest. Kekana, Mathala and 3 others are on trial with 25 charges, including attempted murder and conspiracy to commit murder. Dimakatsoleshuro has more.
Yesterday, the defense made shocking allegations of torture, claiming Musa Kekana was repeatedly suffocated with a white plastic courier bag, assaulted and forced to make admissions after his arrest. Representing accused number 1 Kekana, who is challenging the legality of his arrest and the evidence obtained thereafter, Advocate Rian Gesing relied on hospital records, which he says document allegations of assault and record that Kekana's condition of coughing up blood worsened after he was allegedly suffocated. The state's key witness in the trial within the trial, Captain Phimi Sikhobela, against whom a large part of the allegations have been made and who at times couldn't remember aspects of what happened on the day Kekana was arrested, has denied every allegation. It also emerged that Kekana was only made to sign the SAPS form that explains his constitutional rights only 2 days after his arrest while in hospital, sharply contrasting Sikhobela's version. Dimakatsoleshuro, Eyewitness News.
The Free State Health Department says dozens of survivors of a bus crash are receiving treatment in hospitals across the province. The crash claimed 12 lives last night when it overturned on the N1 between Tomsburg and Edenburg. It was traveling to Zimbabwe. Health officials say emergency teams treated 66 patients at the scene before transporting the injured to hospital. Mongezi Koko reports.
The Free State Health Department says emergency medical services responded immediately after the bus driver allegedly lost control and overturned last night. Most of the injured were taken to Albert Nzula Hospital in Tromsburg, while one critically injured patient was transported to Pilenomi Trauma Unit in Bloemfontein. Department spokesperson Mondli Mvambi.
66 patients were triaged, 4 of them were critical, 5 serious and 57 with minor injuries. Sadly, 12 people died at the scene. 65 patients were taken to Albert Nzula Hospital in Tromsburg. 1 critical patient was transferred to Pilenomi Trauma Unit in Bloemfontein.
The department says the cause of the crash remains under investigation. Mongezi Koko, Eyewitness News.
And with local government elections fast approaching, Cabinet has given the go-ahead for a coalition's bill that will be tabled in Parliament. It aims to bring stability to local councils when no party wins an outright majority in the polls. The 2021 municipal polls elicited a record 66 hung councils, which includes 4 metro municipalities where no single political party obtained more than 50% of the vote. But time is tight to get the Municipal Structures Amendment Bill through the legislative process of 2 houses of Parliament in the next term. Gold is trading at $4,074.90 an ounce. The rand is at 16.50 to the dollar, 22.18 to the pound, 18.98 to the euro. Brent crude oil is at $87.67 a barrel.
And in the traffic in Sharon-Lee, we've got an accident along Malibongwe Drive. It happened right near the President for Share off-ramp. It's causing heavy delays. Please be on the lookout there. While traveling in 4 ways, we've got queuing traffic on Winnie Mandela Drive approaching Witkoppen Road. It's causing delays coming out of Leslie.
A fine Friday in store for Gauteng. The temperatures will peak at highs between 17 and 19 degrees. The top story in EWN this hour. Today's witness at the Matlanga Commission of Inquiry is Investigating Directorate Against Corruption Senior Investigator Mansa Ramaphosa.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
You're with Clement Manyathela
on 702.
Let's Walk the Talk, streaming on the Prime Media Plus app,
DSTV channel 856,
92.7 and 106 FM.
Nine minutes after 10 o'clock, Dumelang, welcome to the second hour of the Clement Manyathela Show. Thank you so much for staying with us here on 702, and thank you for your contributions on the 702 open line. I hope we're still good. We're still gorgeous to each other, even with our different views on different issues. I mean, you don't stop listening to Clement because you didn't like a comment he said about Julius, right? You can appreciate that I disagree with him. He was unfair there, but there are moments when you disagree with me. And equally so, I think that's a posture you must take even against your own leader. You don't always have to agree with your own leader. It's okay to say, you know what? I think here we could have addressed this differently. And I just find that sometimes there's blind loyalty where because you love a politician so much, whether it's from the ANC, EFF, Action SA, wherever, then you can't see yourself to find wrong some of the things they do. And I don't think that's healthy. No relationship is like that. Even you and your mother, you and your friend, you and your lover, you've got disagreements, but you also have moments where you agree. And equally so, we must look at our leaders like that. Pointing out things they could have done differently doesn't mean they are terrible at their job or you must stop voting for them. No. It means you have a healthy relationship where you're able to see what's good, but you're able to see what's not good. At 11 o'clock, we're going to do our relationship feature. And today we'll be discussing painful sex and how to navigate that in your relationship. It's adult radio at 11 o'clock, so no kids are allowed. But right now, we start with our Across the Desk feature.
Across the Desk
with Clement Manyathela
on 702.
So on our Across the Desk feature this morning, I'm hosting founders of tech startups. These are young South Africans who are building solutions to what are our everyday problems. And often they build those solutions with little more than an idea, really. They've got an idea, they've got a laptop, they've got a lot of determination. And I want us to get the story behind the brands, get the story behind the work that they have done. And we're joined by two founders this morning, two founders who are tackling very different challenges. We've got Percy Kamata, who is the co-founder and CEO of BroCabs. It's a homegrown e-hailing platform taking on Uber and Bolt with a subscription model that lets drivers keep 100% of every share. And Percy will tell us more about BroCabs. And we also have Sean Nare, who is the commercial analyst behind Wallet Hero. It's a free website that helps South Africans compare grocery prices across major retailers so that they can stretch their rands further. And between them, I mean, they represent a new wave of local innovation, built close to home on a shoestring budget, and all they want to do is solve problems that maybe some big international platforms have overlooked. So if you've used any of their platforms, I'd like to hear from you on 011-883-0702. WhatsApp's on 072-702-1702. Percy and Sean, thank you so much for coming to the show. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
So I want to start off with just your own experiences of building these platforms. Like when was the moment for you when you decided, oh, actually this is something I want to build and I think this is the problem it's going to solve?
Okay, so from Bro's side, it was February 2025.
Yeah.
We were cramped up in a small studio apartment as gents, building a business together. And we thought, man, let's solve something in the e-hailing space.
Mm-hmm.
Because we used to work with website developments, we also are familiar with that space. And one of our co-founders was like, hey, man, I also do car rentals during the day, right?
Mm.
And because I do that, I'm noticing a lot of drivers have this problem of commission.
Mm.
What can we do that can bring a solution to this? Upon doing our research, actually, in Africa, they're adopting to a subscription model for the e-hailing part, but we don't have it in our own country. And we thought there's our eureka moment. That's something we can solve.
Oh, that's interesting. So did you say in countries on the continent?
Yes. In India specifically, it's growing.
India.
Yeah, it's growing a lot.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
That's so fascinating. And every time I take calls from Uber drivers, Bolt drivers, that's the one thing they complain about.
It's high, man. They can't even make a living these days.
Yes, you can't.
Crazy.
Okay. Yeah. And for you, Sean, what problem were you trying to solve with Wallet Hero?
From Wallet Hero's side, in South Africa, there is huge unemployment. We all have a problem of money. I've heard people say, I get money and within the first 4 or 5 days, it's gone. We've gone from living from hand to mouth to hand to other people's pockets. It's so bad. So I've also been struggling, and I was raised by my gran, who used to collect pamphlets to stretch her grant money. So that's a lesson I took. And in my young adulthood, I had the idea to consolidate the prices from different retailers into one space. So when people want to go shopping, they just put in the grocery list and it checks out where they find it cheapest.
So it gives them the options that are
yes,
cheaper.
It gives you where it's cheapest, and also it gives you a store-by-store breakdown. So having the initial idea, I didn't necessarily see the legs that it would grow, because there's so many sectors it can grow into other than only just grocery. We are very price sensitive because things are so tough. We want to know where my money is going. So yeah, I did that. I worked on it for some time. It was quite difficult to develop. But this year I chose purpose over procrastination, and I pushed in my small room, just working in the hours that I got, and the feedback has been quite amazing.
That's amazing. So let's talk about funding now, Percy, because funding is often the biggest hurdle for South African startups. In fact, startups maybe across the board. How did you guys get your idea off the ground? Were you able to get some funding, some assistance?
Okay, so we started by doing the work, piloting this thing in Johannesburg. Drivers loved it, man. To a point where we're like, okay, let's try with getting people on board. We got a partner who's been helping us so much, Mr. Masego, the first angel investor, who just helped us get off the ground. But we're actively raising at the moment to just make the company way bigger. Because ideally, with a tech company, you can start anywhere. You don't have to have an office there. You don't have to have infrastructure. You just have to have the platform, and you let the people run it. So that's what we're trying to do at the moment. But in the initial phases, we got one angel who's been helping us so far.
And okay, I get that. And then how many vehicles did you say you have that are registered with you guys?
As of this morning, about 4,000.
Jeez, that's a lot.
Vehicles,
and that's only in Gauteng for now?
Only Gauteng.
That's a lot.
Only Gauteng.
And how's the reception?
The reception is from
drivers. Both from the drivers and
the commuters.
I wonder,
Yeah, so drivers love it. Obviously, it's a solution. It just puts money back in their pocket. And riders are willing to support South African startups. They want to try it out. They want to test new features. I mean, we have a feature for students where they get discounted rides. It's called Bro Scholar.
Nice.
You just input your student number and then you get discounted rates. So we put all the universities on the application, and then it just registered, okay, from this university you get discounts. So that's also one of the features we're bringing in. And the reception is, let's try it. And they love it.
And Sean, for you, funding, did you have any issues, or you had to ask here and there to try and get it off the ground?
For me, first I'd like to say to God be the glory, because it's been me and God, just also with the marketing. I made a few posts on Twitter that gained so much traction. I think within 3 days we had over 150,000 people viewing the post, and people actually visiting the site. I think to date The site has gotten over 30,000 hits.
That's amazing.
And it's only been live for less than 6 weeks. So it's been me and God. There is something that's in the pipeline, but at this stage I can't speak so much on it.
Well, as long as it's good, right?
It's good.
Well, that's what matters. That's what matters. Obviously, trust to win in this market, especially against big established competitors. Like, trust is hard to win over. How do you then convince people to try something new and homegrown? Like, how did you guys? What was your approach to try and get people to move from what they traditionally know and they're already used to try on something new?
So with us, it's a lot of old school door-to-door marketing. You go to people, you tell them about it. We're on the street activating every day, saying, hey, look, there's an alternative. We've been crying for a solution. We're bringing it to you guys. Also giving them the sense of safety. Because we partnered with Safer City, we allow them a first-time response on panic buttons. So that's another value add that people are like, wow, okay, that's something that we're interested in. So going into partnerships with local partners, e-hailing associations, universities and colleges, it also says, okay, these are people we can go to their offices, we can talk to them, we can actually not talk to a bot, but talk to people. And that's where the trust comes from our side, at least.
Yeah. And for you? I mean, who wouldn't want to have an opportunity to see how to save?
Exactly. With me, it's been, social media.
Yeah.
I know we tend to say social media is such a bad space, but so far it's been so good for Wallet Hero. We've attracted people who really want to help and push the site forward. So when talks with developers just to refine the site, make it pristine and easy for people to use. So right now we're working on adding things like if somebody wants to bake a cake, just put in cake, it has the ingredients, and then it pops out where you find them cheapest. So things like that. So yeah, it's been quite a journey.
Yeah, that's wonderful. It's 21 minutes now after 10 o'clock. After the break, we'll continue this conversation with Percy and Sean. We're hosting founders of tech startups this morning on our Across the Desk feature. And I think these stories are important, right? To find out, how much work they've done and how are people receiving some of these solutions that they've put on the table. And I want to hear from you. If you have used BroCabs or you've used Wallet Hero before, what was your experience? And if you didn't know about it, you better go check them out right now. Check them out right now and let me know what your thoughts are on 011-883-0702.
The Johannesburg Philharmonic's early spring season features world-class international conductors and soloists performing with our finest musicians. The program includes favorites by Tchaikovsky, Mozart, and more. Thursday evenings at the Linda Auditorium from 13 August to 3 September at 7:30 p.m. Tickets available at Quicket.
Remember the first time a song spoke to your soul? Do you remember that day? Or the last time music moved you so deeply you just wanted to live inside the melody forever, right? Well, this September, 702 invites you to relive the feeling at the Dinaledi stage at the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz 2026 across 4 stages at the Sandton Convention Center on the 25th and 26th of September. More than 40 world-class acts will reignite your love of live music. Experience unforgettable performances by Kamasi Washington, Angelique Kijo, Ibrahim Malouf, Nubia Gashia, Floetry, Thandiso Mazwai, Judith Sipu, Matemba, and Africa Mkiza, and many more. 702 proudly brings listeners the Dinaledi stage, placing you at the heart of one of Africa's premier jazz festivals. This is Jazz Reignited. Weekend passes are available now via Ticketmaster. T's and C's apply.
Imagine a holiday where the only thing on the to-do list is enjoy yourself. With Norwegian Cruise Line, you can sail to over 400 destinations worldwide effortlessly. Visit ncl.com for the best deals or contact your travel agent today. Norwegian Cruise Line. It's different out here. T's and C's apply.
Strong communities are built on a strong local government. Every day, municipalities work to deliver the essential services that improve lives and support thriving communities across South Africa. As the voice of local government, SALGA represents, supports, and empowers municipalities to build capable institutions, promote good governance, and advance effective service delivery. SALGA, inspiring service delivery.
Across the desk
with Clement Manyathela
on 702.
It's 23 minutes after 10 o'clock on our Across the Desk feature this morning. We've been telling you about two great startup companies, and if you've tried them, I would like to hear what your experience has been. I see some of you have already gone to websites. You're trying to see, okay, how do I check them out? Let me know how you're engaging with the platforms. And there's some of you that have sent some questions for my guests. So on 0727021702, that's the number to dial to WhatsApp. You can also call us on 011-883-0702. Someone was asking about data, Percy, when it comes to bro cabs. How does that work? Is it a data-free booking feature, or how does it work?
Yes, on the rider side, we're introducing a feature where you're allowed to book without having data on your cell phone device. So if you're stuck in a club at 2 a.m. with no data, bro's got you. We just allow you to book, and a bro comes and fetches you.
Wait, so anyone could book without...
Yes.
You don't need to have data?
You don't need to have data.
I mean... That's crazy. That is amazing. But then, I mean, this sounds like quite a unique offering, right? I mean, there are people who have been stuck in situations where there's just no network control. There's no network where they are, and they need to call in an Uber or Bolt, whatever e-hailing service, and that becomes a hindrance. And this sounds like a great offering. So then I guess I hear what you say when you say people's reaction have actually been great.
Yeah.
Because you're really resolving
the issues that they
what
actually
used to be
have.
the issues that they've had. Okay, so data-free booking feature. And then there was also a question about verifying drivers and passengers. Do you have a system that just ensures that the people who come work with you are, safe to be driving us around?
So for now, it's on the driver's side, which is the most important. You need to know the person picking you up is the person who's right. We are partnered with a third party in South Africa that checks their documents against the national government. If you're uploading an ID, it checks, are you actually the driver who you say you are? Are you actually the person who's uploading this document? So that's on the driver side. On the rider side, it's within our pipeline. We will be able to also do the same for riders so that the drivers are safe and that they understand that there is no or lesser chance, let me just say, of hijackings, kidnappings, because we know that's a big problem in the e-hailing space.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do people just get the app?
Yes.
Is it okay?
On Play Store and App Store, you just download Bro app.
Bro app.
Yeah.
And then you register.
You register, you upload your documents as a driver, and then you account details as a rider. Yeah, as a rider.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there are people that are asking, where in Johannesburg do you operate? So you said across Gauteng.
Yes, across Gauteng.
Okay. And then Sean, there was a question about the retailers that you are using to compare prices. Like, who are they? Is it ShopRite, Checkers? Is it all?
Okay, so far on the site we have 6 retailers. So it's Checkers, ShopRite, Clicks, Pick n Pay, Discam, and did I say Checkers?
Yes.
Woolworths as well.
And Woolworths as well.
So, but we're working on expanding. I think by next week we should have Spar and Macro as well.
Okay.
On there.
And what's the data telling you about, like, which stores are actually the cheapest?
I mean, your ShopRite is really cheap, but you'd be surprised. There's items you can find at Woolworths that are cheaper than when you compare with the other retailers. Like your toilet paper is quite cheaper at Woolworths, the different brands as well. So there's that aspect, and so far it's just convincing, especially youth and dialers, as they call themselves, people that are just above our age, to use the platform, because they're so used to comparing with pamphlets, But now this sort of makes it more easier. So just for them to be able to navigate through the platform.
Yeah. Is it difficult to use the platform? Because I'm thinking my mother would love the platform because she's one person that likes comparing prices before she goes grocery shopping. But I wonder how functional and easy it is then to use the website.
If it's somebody who usually uses apps, then it's quite intuitive because there's a search bar. There's two search bars. The top one is what we call our smart trolley. So that's where you put in the item. So what you do is you're going to put the item, its size. So you'll say maybe eggs 18 and comma, separate by comma, and then just put in your whole list just like that. So product and then size, and then you just click compare. Then the smart trolley pops up underneath with the item, the price, and where to get it. So you also have the option of increasing the quantity. And when you sign up, you'll get price alerts during the month if something drops or there's a hike or whatsoever. So yes. And then the bottom search bar is just for product by product. So when you go to the bottom search bar, that's where you can search each product and just check
compare.
Yes.
Oh, that's fascinating. All right, it's going up to 10:30 now. Let's get the latest in Eyewitness News headlines. And when we come back, we'll continue our conversation. I'll go to your WhatsApps and calls as well. I really think that these tech startups are offering something that really solves for the challenges or problems we've had. I'm really fascinated. Have you checked that out? Have you used Bro Cabs? I see a lot of you have been asking, where are they in Joburg? Because we really want to get them. Well, they're across Gauteng. Over 4,000 vehicles. And also Wallet Hero. Some of you have been asking about the website, and I see some of you have found it. Let me know how you are finding it if you've started using it. So your calls and WhatsApps after the latest in Eyewitness News headlines. Fiso, hi.
Thanks, Clement. Good morning. Investigating Directorate Against Corruption Senior Investigator Manyathela Ramaphosa is the latest witness from the tainted organization to testify at the Madlanga Commission. Ramaphosa is expected to shed light on the events that led to IDEC's arrest of Crime Intelligence Head Dumsani Khumalo and Technical Support Services Head Dineo Mukwili. Their arrest and prosecution has come under scrutiny at the Commission after it emerged that they were carried out based on inaccurate information. The Free State Health Department says dozens of survivors of a bus crash are receiving treatment in hospitals across the province. The crash claimed 12 lives last night when the bus overturned on the N1 between Tomsburg and Edinburgh. The bus was traveling to Zimbabwe. And a blast at a coal mine has killed at least 34 workers in southern Pakistan. The explosion, suspected to be caused by methane gas, tore through the mine near the capital of the resource-rich province of Balochistan yesterday. A rescue operation is still underway to locate and recover the remaining trapped miners. Those are the headlines. This EWN and more at 11 or as it happens.
EWN Traffic.
Well, traveling in the city of Tshwane, we've got delays on the R80 East, that's in Mountain View, just as you approach Eskiampahlele Drive. There's also queuing traffic on the N1 North. This is just as you approach John Foster Drive, an accident reported there. Please be on the lookout. Then traveling in Joburg, we've got delays on the M2 West between the Crown Interchange and Main Reef Road. There's also queuing traffic in Bedford View along the N3 North, approaching the Gilulis Interchange. And then heading towards the Gilulis turnoff, expect delays on the N12 West between Edenville Road and the Gilulis Interchange. More updates coming up. Stay tuned.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app.
If you have an unresolved dispute involving your bank, insurer, pension fund, or financial advisor, you can complain to a financial ombud for free. South Africa's financial ombud system, overseen by the Ombud Council, provides free, fair, and impartial dispute resolution, whether it's through the National Financial Ombud, the FAIS Ombud, or the Pension Funds Adjudicator. Help is available. Visit ombudcouncil.org.za for more information.
Some parcels are more than parcels. They're gifts, opportunities, supplies, and moments people are counting on. That's That's why CourierIt makes it easy to book, send, and track your parcel online, moving it from your door to anywhere nationwide. And with 2,700 pickup points, sending has never been more convenient. With real-time visibility, reliable delivery, and people who care, we help you deliver what matters. Move it with CourierIt, because your parcel deserves more. Sign up on courierit.co.za.
Oh, the shelf was leaning sideways, the tap was dripping slow. I said, relax, I've got this, I know just where to go. I went to the crazy store, a screwdriver's all I need. Somehow I left with so much more, a torch, a broom, a book to read.
That's crazy, crazy, that's the crazy store. Went in for one small thing, came out with so much more.
The crazy store. Hey, you never know what you might find.
We're giving you millions of reasons to celebrate with our selection of Lucky Millions Lotto draws. You could claim major jackpots when you pick numbers from thousands of daily draws. Choose numbers on UK 49s, Euro Millions, and lots more from just R5 per line. Enjoy more chances and more ways to win, all in one place. Grab your chance to celebrate extraordinary riches when you play Lucky Millions from Hollywood Bets. Bet now.
T's and C's apply. Hollywood Sportsbook is a licensed betting operator. No persons under the age of 18 years are permitted to gamble. Winners know when to stop. South African Responsible Gambling Foundation toll-free counseling line 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710.
Across the desk
with Clement Manyathela
on 702.
It's 25 minutes before 11 o'clock. We've got Pesi Kamata and Sean Nare on our Across the Desk feature because we're hosting founders of tech startups. Pesi is the co-founder and CEO of BroCabs, and Sean Nare is the founder of Wallet Hero. And we've been talking to them about just their journey in starting these, what I think are really incredible businesses that are solving to quite the problems that we often deal with on a day-to-day. So if you've used BroCabs, well, if you didn't know about it, they are a homegrown e-hailing platform taking on Uber and Bolt with a subscription model that lets drivers keep 100% of every fare. I mean, one of the things that surprised me is that you could actually get your ride even when you don't have data. And how many times when you don't have network do you struggle to call an e-hailing service? Sean Nare, speaking to us about this Wallet Hero, a free website that helps South Africans compare grocery prices across major retailers so that they can stretch their rents further. Let's go to Natalie now, who's calling us from Pretoria. If you guys can wear your headphones, please. Natalie, good morning.
Hi, Clem. Good morning. I think this could not have come at a better time against what's happening in South Africa. I see synergies between the two apps. One is in the transport industry, one is liaising with the retail industry. Against the fact that we're busy getting rid of all the scooter drivers. I think this is the best time to actually support these two apps. I see one delivering within the other one's space. It's I'm thinking about it too, and I'm actually getting very excited about them both. If people are sitting out there in the industries involved and they don't see this mega opportunity, I think it would be a lost one. Yeah. But I think there's support to support.
Absolutely. Natalie in Pretoria, thank you so much for your call. Here's some WhatsApps on 072-702-1702.
Morning, Clement, and your guests. Please, if you can share the links to both companies on your Twitter account, because I've just checked, I'm unable to get onto their website, and I'm very interested in seeing the services that they're offering. Zweli and Kruger's document.
Thank you so much. So for BroCabs, it's a matter of just getting the app, or you can go to your website to read more.
All on the website as well, www.brocabs.co.za. You can get the links to all our apps there.
Okay.
Also, our WhatsApp is 062 952.
Okay, let's do that. 062
952
952
8030.
8030. So this is for what? When you
want assistance with anything from us, downloading the app, finding our information, we're always available 24/7.
Okay. Otherwise, go to
www.brocabs.co.za.
And for you, Sean?
For us on Wallet Hero, it's www.wallethero.site. So that's the site that they can visit to check out Wallet Hero. But I've just been told that people are having a bit of trouble just accessing the site, which is why we need the funding to buy more servers with the traffic that's headed there.
Because there's a lot of traffic that comes through.
Yes.
Okay,
But
cool.
It's something that we're gonna fix.
Okay, I see some of the messages coming through on the WhatsApp line. Mpo, you're calling us from the Val. Good morning.
Hello, how are you?
I'm all right, man. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks.
Sure.
Yes, I wanted to find out regarding the Pro app. I think I did download the app, but I was interested in joining as a driver. But my problem is that I don't work full time. Currently, I'm doing Bolt in the Val, and I don't work full time on the app. I work like maybe weekends and maybe sometimes after my formal job, after 5 during the week. So regarding the subscription, is there a subscription maybe for part-time drivers? Or it's still the same amount?
Across the board, yeah. Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mpo, thank you so much. So you normally do the work over the weekends?
Yeah, over the weekends and maybe after my formal job during the week, after 4.
All right, Mpo.
Yeah.
Okay, listen on the radio. Percy will respond to that. Thank you so much for your call. I remember reading somewhere, do you have daily subscriptions, monthly subscriptions? How does it work?
Okay, so what we're pushing right now, we have a monthly and a weekly.
Okay.
So for the weekly, it's 150 Rand a week, just for ease and convenience for our drivers. And then usually our monthly is 600 Rand a month, but for winter, we're allowing a discount of only 200 Rand to use the application.
Okay.
Just to put more money in our drivers' pockets. So if you're a part-time, you can choose the weekly, just to test it out and also use it and get profits while you're working part-time.
Okay, cool. So you've got the weekly and the monthly.
Yes, and in
subscriptions.
Val, we are currently going to pilot very big next week. We're in partnerships there. So that is one of the people who we can onboard with our partners there in Val.
Okay, so what are the plans around the company's expansion? So you are going to the Val now. Are there
Yes.
other areas that you're looking at? And are you looking at getting out of the province at some point as well?
Yes, we are. We're piloting in the Val as of this week with our Citibank driver groups. And then Durban, there's a lot of drivers requesting us to come there, and the Eastern Cape. So we're just consolidating drivers. And once we hit the ground running, we just want to have people already ready for the platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sean, for you, plans with the website, what's the next step? So if a generous person called today and said, okay, here's some funding, what's the next step you want to do on the platform?
So on the platform, we have a dream and a goal to reach 1 million households by December. So that is the immediate goal.
Okay.
Just so we help in as much many people to save and stretch their rand. But the long-term goal is global. First Pan-African, and then go into Asia as well, because the Asian market is quite price sensitive. And also go into other industries as well, not only groceries. Just whatever you can think of that there's another competitor, we compare it as well. So yeah. That's
and it saves time. I mean, instead of moving from this shop to the next, trying to find
the best
cheaper
price,
product is,
you just go on the site and you find the best price right there.
Yeah.
So, and it has so much usability. Even I heard somebody say something about even dietitians can use the site if they want to prescribe, like get you food to and buy for you to sustain yourself or whatever it is that you're going through. Use the site and you find where the food is cheapest.
Yeah.
So it's vast in its potential.
Yeah. So if there are people listening to us who are thinking, wow, these are really great startup companies and we want to lend our support, how do they get in touch with you? Is there an email address, or on the website there's information there where they can contact you if they want to partner with you, lend some support?
Okay, so We have all the details on our website, but the main email that we answer to is info@brocabs.co.za.
Okay, so
That's info@brocabs.co.za. And we open for any partnerships. One of them, the entourage we have in studio behind us is BYD Bryanston. They're powering us for all activations, helping onboarding drivers and moving into the electrical space because, fuel is up there. So we want to introduce that to our drivers as well. So just those initiatives to help drivers out there. Yeah.
And Sean, for you, people who want to get in touch, especially now I'm talking more about people who want to lend support, who want to partner.
We really welcome the support. In as much as this might be my brainchild, I feel like any child that's in the society takes a village to raise. So our doors are wide open. They can contact us at sean@wallethero.site. And yes, we're open to developers, analysts, people who want to assist with funding as well, because we do need those servers because a lot of people are chugging into the site.
Yeah.
So yes, that email again is sean@wallethero.site, and the Sean is SHAUN because there's many variations of the name.
Yes, SHAUN. So at wallethero.site.
Yes.
Okay, at wallethero.site. What would you guys say is the biggest challenge of starting a tech startup? What has been the most challenging thing?
From my side, it's a pain point, man.
Yeah.
This is a 10-year game. It's not 5 years. It's not 3 years. To cross over the line, the black and white app, I don't want to mention their name, our competitor, only reached revenue about a few years ago. And how long have they been operating?
Yeah, sure.
So to get people who can help you actually make an impact for the world. I don't know how many drivers all over the world are facing the same issue. And it's people's families at the end of the day that have to be provided by these platforms. So
yeah,
just getting partners who understand, like, guys, we are here to make an impact to the world. It's not just South Africa alone. And who can be blind enough to close their eyes and say, we'll partner with you and back you to the end.
Yeah, until you reach your crossover.
Yeah.
And the most exciting thing for you, what has it been?
Most exciting?
About being part of this project, yeah.
Like,
what have you loved the most?
The thought that as we speak right now, there's people traveling, using our app, every single day, every minute.
Yeah.
And I don't think in this lifetime you can really fathom how crazy that is. That's people's families.
Yeah.
It's the impact, man.
Impact. And for you, Sean, what let's start with what's been the toughest thing for you?
For me, as Wallet Hero, the tough thing was getting the data into the site. The first product I got into the site was bread. It was Albany White. Yeah. When I saw it populate with the price, I was over the moon. I remember I was in my room cold because it was winter, cold. And when I saw it populate, I was just so ecstatic because I knew most of the work is now done. So the site now has over 100,000 products with 6 major retailers on it. So now it's a thing of rinsing and repeating to add. So the hard work in terms of developing the site is done. Now the next hurdle is just marketing, getting it to people and converting people to using the site.
So when price changes, then how do you then factor that on the website?
So the exciting thing about the site is that the pricing data refreshes every 2 weeks, but there's also an option for the users to input pricing. So if within that 2-week window there was a price that changed that we missed, if you, a user, you're going to maybe one of the retailers and you get there's a different price, you can actually go into the site and punch in the correct price, but it then needs an X amount of users to verify the price.
I see. And what's been your observation of that? that community-driven model, does it work in practice from what you've seen? Like, are people coming in and updating the prices?
Look, we're still in the early stages. The site has been live for less than 6 weeks. So most people tend to buy their groceries month-end or on paydays. So there's only been one, and this is the next one. So the feedback I've gotten is, yes, as you said, it saves people time. Instead of going to many websites to check, you just go into your phone and it's easy. And there's an option to save your list. You know, so you save your list, and then when you come back, if the price has changed, the shop will change. And
okay. And what's pleased you the most? What's been the most exciting for you?
So for me, I know what it is not to have. So just even one household saying they were able to save on their monthly groceries, and also shift from only going to this retailer and looking at exploring another one, because they can find the same brand or the same product at another retailer, but at a different price. That small, it might seem small to some other people, that small 3 rand or whatsoever, it accumulates to something. So if you can take that and say, no, look, I was able to save 150 on my groceries, and I use that to get on a taxi or use bro to go to work. For me, as a founder, it makes me so happy.
Yeah.
That brings happiness to me.
Yeah. It's 10 minutes now before 11 o'clock. We'll come to more of your texts and WhatsApps and calls after the break. If you've got questions for Percy and Sean, keep them coming. We'll get to them after this.
In the 1960s, Douglas Engelbart had a thought. What if you could jump from one idea to another with just a click? That question led him to pioneer how hypertext would work. And this laid the foundation of how we navigate the internet today. See, whether you're reinventing the future or building something new, you need the right foundations to start. At Exnilo, we give you the right foundation to host your big idea. Exnilo, trusted in hosting.
Clientele is here to safeguard you and your family with compassion, because life happens. Be part of a family that truly cares. Our funeral dignity plans have helped South Africans bury their loved ones with dignity for more than 30 years. Let us help you create a meaningful tribute that honors your life and those of your loved ones. We pay out within 24 hours, and you will get double accident cover with a Clientele funeral plan. Our plans are affordable. Pick the option that suits your needs. It's easy to apply. No medical examinations and no paperwork. SMS funeral to 31586. That's 31586. Clientele Life is an authorized FSP and licensed life insurer. T's and C's online. Standard rates apply.
This past Sunday, tens of thousands showed up to walk with the people for the people for our Josie in the 702 Josie My Josie Walk the Talk. Thank you for taking the scenic route with us, for creating unforgettable memories and showing the world that Joburg is more than just a city. It's a remarkable energy that connects us all. Here's to Joburg, here's to us, here's to the 702 Josie My Josie Walk the Talk. Babi Zabonke, hosted by the city of Johannesburg. More on primemediaplus.com.
Across the desk
with Clement Manyathela
on 702.
9 minutes before 11 o'clock. All right, I want to give you an opportunity now to ask some questions to my guests. Percy from Bro Cabs and Sean from Wallet Hero. From what you've heard about their startups, their business, what is your question? I've got a question from Mandla on the WhatsApp line, Sean, who says, "Hi Clement, great work on Wallet Hero. How do they collect and keep thousands of product prices accurate across the different retailers?" So that's what you touched on earlier on, that every 2 weeks there's a refresher, eh?
Yes, so every 2 weeks the site refreshes and gets a fresh batch of prices. But what I've seen is that prices don't necessarily change as frequent. And then just to make sure that there's no stone left unturned, we added the community aspect for users to actually go on. If there's a price change that we missed, they go on and they change the price.
Yeah.
But it takes an X amount of people to verify the price for it to be live on the site.
Yeah. I mean, I use Waze, and people who use Waze are quite loyal to the site.
Yes.
So when they see something, they'll report it.
Exactly.
There's a pothole. And even when I pass a pothole, I feel a responsibility to actually, when I pause, report it, because I know that there's a community out there that also helps me out. So,
Exactly.
Yeah, so that sort of community-driven model, I think, works and could work in this instance. And then for you, Percy, there was a question about the different kind of vehicles for people who want to join. So, for instance, with the other competitor, there's Uber Black, there's Uber X, there's all these different options. What options then exist under BroCabs?
So currently we have Little Bro and Big Bro, which is your sedans, and then your bigger vehicles, your 6-seater plus is Big Bro, and then your sedans is the Little Bro. So we are going to roll out the other vehicle classes, like your luxury vehicles example. That will be the Super Bro. We are still establishing capacity to roll out that function. But currently, as of this moment, you can book a Little or a Big Bro.
Okay. Yeah. And how does pricing work? Like someone was asking that, like who determines that about how much it costs from one point to the next?
So our pricing, we don't make money on commission. So our pricing is that much more affordable. Our price per kilometer is charged by us collecting data. What does the current economy look like? Fuel prices, and then we set a price per kilometer on our systems.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rod, you calling us from Randburg. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Clement. Question for Percy. Do you guys, we don't use e-hailing services for rides. We use them predominantly for courier services. Do you guys offer courier?
Okay, so the courier option, is it not yet available for you guys?
Oh, it's still in the pipeline. It's not yet available. We're still discussing with partners how we're going to roll it out. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Wonderful.
Good luck.
Thank you so much, Rod. In Randburg. So I suppose deliveries as well is something you guys want to do one day?
We have a bike partner.
Oh, you do
I don't
have.
want to announce them yet. So
That's
we're
still
still discussing how we're going to roll that out, but it's also in the pipeline. And it will be the same model of subscription just for bikes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just for the bikes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Okay, what's next then for you guys in the medium term? You spoke about, I mean, there's a medium term, there's a long-term plan. So in the medium term, you guys are launching in the Val.
Yes.
You're probably going to roll out the different classes of the vehicles.
Yes.
What else should we look forward to with BroCabs?
So what you can look forward to is we're partnering with different e-hailing associations to get a lot of capacity of drivers onto the system. Different universities was trying to get those partnerships going, just to get the Bro Scholar numbers up. We also are in partnership with Rosebank College, so we do activations with them on a weekly basis. In fact, today we encourage drivers to come through. We'll be there the whole day. And what looks interesting for the future for us is different innovations that we'll introduce into the app. We started out with the idea that we want to build a super app. E-hailing is one of the sectors we want to hit. Logistics, transport, something in the financial space is cooking as well. But it's an all-round app that we want. It's an everything app.
Yeah.
So you get everything in the one ecosystem.
Yeah.
That's the future play.
Okay. And Sean, how about you? Because you said Wallet Hero was never about making money, right? So what would success also look like for you, let's say a year from now? Is it a matter of reaching that, how many millions you said?
A million.
Million.
Million by, that's the short-term goal. And also not only, we do want to make money, but we're making our money through the back end.
Mm-hmm.
Back end, that's the data, but the users are not charged.
Yeah.
So we want to get to a point whereby we can go to retailers and work out some sort of pricing or points that your users can get via sales or when they go and purchase products.
Mm-hmm.
So when they come from Wallet Hero, they know, okay, these people are getting this amount
This is
of
a preferential
some
price
sort of
for them.
points, vitality or whatsoever, something
Okay.
along those lines.
Got it.
But the long-term goal, as I said before, is to go global. We really wanna first conquer here at home, and then move into Africa and then the world. Because I believe people shouldn't go hungry. You know, people shouldn't struggle as much. It's been quite hectic after COVID hit. Some economies haven't, recovered. And it's hitting us, the normal Joes and Sipos and Tabos, who are getting affected the most. So if there's any way we can assist, because our mantra is Wallet Hero, saving you one trolley at a time.
One trolley at a time. Percy and Sean, thank you so much, guys, for coming through, and well done on your great startups. These are really great ideas, and
Thank
I
you
like
so
the
much.
fact that they are so practical. They solve the everyday problems. So thank you for coming through. Go check out BroCabs. Go check out Wallet Hero as well, and please support them. These are great ideas. It's 2 minutes before 11.
Big advances in health are happening right here in South Africa. Local researchers are studying a new TB vaccine called M72 that could help stop people from getting seriously ill. And programs like Cochimpilo are helping men living with HIV overcome stigma, start treatment and stay on it through peer support and private chat guidance. It's South Africans helping shape the future of global health, supported by the Gates Foundation for 25 years. Partners of human potential.
Vandalism and theft of water infrastructure affects everyone. Damage to pipes, meters, valves, reservoirs, and other critical infrastructure can result in water outages, low pressure, sewer spillages, and costly repairs that impact communities across Johannesburg. Johannesburg Water urges residents to help protect public infrastructure by reporting suspicious activity affecting the water network. To report incidents or water-related faults, call Johannesburg Water on 010-061-4470. That's 010-061-4470. Brought to you by Johannesburg Water.
Calling all wedding planners and venues, restaurants, conference centers, and hotels. Do you need tables and chairs? Home in One has it all. Do you need cutlery, crockery, table linen, and restaurant equipment? Home in One has it all. Do you need tents, gazebos, or umbrellas? Home in One has it all. Affordable prices, the latest trends, with 2 branches in Pretoria and Johannesburg. Shop online at homein1.co.za because we're your #1 choice. Home in One has it all.
Humans are very good at planning some things. A weekend bribe, being first in the queue for fresh cinnamon rolls. But the big things? Like what happens to the people we love if life suddenly changes? Not so much. That's why Liberty and 702 are having a conversation about protecting your family's financial future. Next week on the Clement Manyathela Show, a Liberty expert answers your questions, helping you turn uncertainty into a plan. WhatsApp your questions about life and legacy planning to 072-702-1702 with the keyword Liberty. Join the conversation and take the next step towards securing your family's future. Liberty, in it with you on 702.
This is EWN.
Good morning, I'm Sfiso Zulu. Investigating Directorate Against Corruption Senior Investigator Manyathela Show is the latest witness from the tainted organization to testify at the Madlanga Commission. Ramaphosa is expected to shed light on the events that led to IDEC's arrest of Crime Intelligence Head Dumsani Khumalo and Technical Support Services Head Dineo Mukweli. Their arrest and prosecution have come under scrutiny at the Madlanga Commission after it emerged that they were carried out based on inaccurate information. Ramaphosa started his testimony detailing how IDEC investigators are assigned to cases.
So basically, the investigators don't have a say or they don't choose which project they belong to. So what will actually happen is let me just call them management. They are the ones that decides who belongs where, who's going to work where.
His testimony continues. The Free State Health Department says dozens of survivors in a bus crash are receiving treatment in hospitals across the province. The bus crash claimed 12 lives last night when it overturned on the N1 between Tromsburg and Edinburgh. It was traveling to Zimbabwe. Health officials say emergency teams treated 66 patients at the scene before transporting the injured to hospital. Mongezi Koko has more.
The Free State Health Department says emergency medical services responded immediately after the bus driver allegedly lost control and overturned last night. Most of the injured were taken to Albert Nzula Hospital in Tromsburg, while one critically injured patient was transported to Pilenomi Trauma Unit in Bloemfontein. Department spokesperson Mondli Mvambi.
66 patients were triaged, 4 of them were critical, 5 serious and 57 with minor injuries. Sadly, 12 people died at the scene. 65
investigation. Mongezi Koko, Eyewitness News.
South Africans searching for work online are being urged to think twice before accepting overseas job offers as human traffickers use fake recruitment scams to lure young people. The Social Development Department has issued the warning as the country marked World Day Against Trafficking in Persons yesterday. The department says several young South Africans have been trafficked to scam compounds in Myanmar after accepting what appeared to be legitimate job offers in Thailand. Instead, they were forced into cybercrime under abusive conditions. Department spokesperson Sandy Godlwana says several victims have been rescued and returned home since 2024.
Victims have reported being promised attractive salaries, free travel and overseas employment, only to be subjected to long hours, intimidation, violence and debt bondage. Many are also coerced into recruiting friends and family members, enabling traffickers to expand their criminal networks.
Godlwana is urging young people to verify overseas job offers, research employers and recruitment agencies, and not to rely only on information shared on social media.
Parents, caregivers, educators, communities are urged to discuss the dangers of online recruitment scams with young people and to help raise awareness about human trafficking.
And a blast at a coal mine has killed at least 34 workers in southern Pakistan. The explosion, suspected to be caused by methane gas, tore through the mine near the capital of the resource-rich province of Balochistan yesterday. A rescue operation is still underway to locate and recover the remaining trapped miners, but the Provincial Disaster Agency has not specified how many people were in the mine when the explosion happened. Witnesses say that after hearing the blast, an unknown number of miners in the area rushed to try to reach workers inside. Gold is trading at $4,074.90 an ounce. The rand is at 16.50 to the dollar, 22.18 to the pound, 18.98 to the euro. Brent crude oil is at $87.67 a barrel.
And in the traffic, we've got delays on the N1 North. This is just as you approach Winnie Mandela Drive. There's an accident reported in 4 ways along Winnie Mandela Drive right before Witkoppen Road, causing heavy delays. There's also still moving traffic in Sharon Lee along Malibongwe Drive towards President Fosher Drive.
A fine Friday in store for Gauteng. The temperatures will peak at highs between 17 and 19 degrees. The top story in EWN this hour. Investigating Directorate Against Corruption senior investigator Manyathela Show is the latest witness from IDEC to testify at the Matlanga Commission.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
You're with Clement Manyathela
on 702.
Let's walk the talk. Streaming on the Prime Media Plus app.
DSTV channel 856.
92.7 and 106 FM.
Seven minutes after 11 o'clock. Dumelang, welcome to the third and final hour of the Clement Manyathela Show. Thank you for staying with us here on 702. It's time for adult radio, so no children are allowed. It's our relationship and sex feature.
Relationship issues
Relationship talk
on 702.
So today we are discussing painful sex and how to navigate that in your relationship, in your marriage. Because whether we like it or not, I mean, sex, yes, can be one of life's greatest pleasures, but occasionally it can be painful or cause discomfort, and that causes worry for you, right? Painful sex has a way of messing with everything from your confidence, your connection, to your desire to even be intimate in the first place. So, and it's more common in women, but it can also affect men as well. But there are many people out there who suffer in silence because they are embarrassed or they're worried about disappointing their partner. So you end up just taking the pain and you're scared to discuss it because you think it's going to really be or cause problems for you and your partner. Or there are people who are convinced that the pain is simply something that they have to live with. And over time, what happens then is that the lack of intimacy with your partner then leads to stress or strain in your relationship. And that leaves you, or both of you, feeling frustrated or disconnected. And you could also find yourself not looking forward to sex or intimacy because you fear the pain. So, do you or your partner experience pain during sex? And how is it affecting your relationship? I'd like you to share your experiences with us by calling us or sending us a WhatsApp voice note. You can call on 011-883-0702 or send a WhatsApp on 072-702-1702. Nikki Breivik is a certified sex and intimacy coach and author who's joining us now in our studio. Nikki, great to chat to you again. Good morning.
Hi, Clement. Thanks so much for having me on again.
I hope you enjoyed your holiday. I was so jelly when you were telling me about your beautiful holiday. I hope it was fun.
It was so good, and I'm back and ready to talk about sex.
Let's talk about sex. Now, how common is painful sex? And do you think many people are suffering in silence because they believe it's normal or simply maybe it's something they have to endure?
Absolutely. It's much more common than most people realize, yet very few people talk about it openly. Many people assume that they are the only one experiencing it, or they think it's something that they have to tolerate. Research shows that 1 in 5 women will experience persistent painful sex at some point in their lives. Although temporary pain is even more common. And as you said earlier, men can also experience painful sex, but it is mainly women. But with men, it's even discussed less. And I think one of the biggest problems about pain is that it often creates shame. People stop talking about it. They avoid intimacy. They simply endure it because they don't know that there are solutions available. And, we need to break open this topic because painful sex doesn't just affect sex. It affects desire. It affects our confidence. It affects our relationships and emotional connection. And we shouldn't be putting this on ourselves. We need to shine a light on this area.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of people, Nikki, rarely tell their partners about pain, during vaginal or anal intercourse, for instance. So what are the common causes of pain or even discomfort during or after sex? What are the common ones?
So I would divide them into 4 broad categories because it's easy for your listeners to follow. So there's the hormonal changes. We can go into each one. Let me just tell you what they are.
Yeah.
So there's hormonal changes. There's not enough arousal. There's medical conditions. And then there's emotional factors. So just to talk a little bit about each one, the hormonal changes, this is probably the biggest causes I see. During perimenopause and menopause, declining estrogen can affect the tissue of the vagina and the vulva, and they become thinner and drier and less elastic. So women often tell me, I still want sex, but it's now hurts. So the good news is this is incredibly treatable. Vaginal moisturizers, lubricants, estrogen where appropriate, HRT for some women, and they're pelvic floor physiotherapists who are magicians, and they can make an enormous difference in this regard. So that's like the main hormonal changes. Then you've got not enough arousal. And I think this is something many couples completely misunderstand. People often assume that lubrication equals desire. I know we have talked about lubrication. It doesn't. Lubrication is one sign of arousal, but many factors affect it. So sometimes couples rush to penetration before the body is fully ready. And the vagina lengthens, expands, and lubricates during arousal. And if penetration happens before that process is complete, then sex can be uncomfortable or painful. And I think this is where understanding responsive desire becomes important, because when you don't feel desire first, and that you only become interested once arousal has already begun, then slowing down can change everything, because then you are letting more time to allow more arousal. And also lubrication. There is so many lubes around that are amazing, that we don't need to judge ourselves if we can't lubricate easily. You know, being wet does not mean that you are turned on, and being turned on doesn't mean that you have to be wet. It takes time. It often is affected by your hormones, where you are in your cycle, if you are in menopause. So I think keeping lube next to your bed is such a great way of ensuring that sex can be pleasurable and that we don't have to rely on our bodies. And so it's a great hack. Keep lube next to your bed to avoid expecting your partner or yourself to just get wet instantly. So that's the second one. Then there's the medical conditions. There are legitimate medical reasons why pain occurs during sex. There are lots of them. There's endometriosis, there's vaginismus, there's vulvodynia, there's pelvic floor muscle dysfunctions, there's cancer. I mean, I had someone reach out to me recently about cancer treatment. They don't talk about it. They don't, people are fighting for their lives, so they often forget to talk about their sex lives, and often people are struggling in their relationships when they have had cancer treatment. And then there are the emotional factors. And this is what really interests me, because remember, our brain is our biggest sexual organ. So stress, anxiety, fear, relationship conflict, previous trauma, performance anxiety, all these activate the body's protective systems. And if your nervous system does not feel safe, your body may tighten and your lubrication decreases and your pain becomes much more likely. So it doesn't mean that the pain is all in your head. I really want people to understand that. It's not all in your head. The pain is completely real. It just means that your brain and your body are not connected. And the problem with this is it can become a vicious cycle. Because, once you experience pain once, the next time you anticipate the pain. Yeah. Your muscles tense, your anxiety rises, your arousal becomes more difficult, and it becomes this vicious cycle, and it's so hard to get out of it.
What about people who say, I do acknowledge that it is painful to have sex, but actually I like it that way? Like, is that a conundrum to find yourself in, where it is painful, but that's what you actually prefer? And what's your advice then to such people? Must they find ways to try and make it less painful, or maybe let me ask it this way: are there instances where there are people who will say it is painful, but it's pleasurable pain? So I guess I can take that.
Okay, so I'm hearing you. So I think, Clement, pain and pleasure run on the same line in our brain. That's why often something can hurt so good. I mean, we know that. Being spanked or bitten or scratched can be exceptionally hot for some people. But that's very different to feeling vaginal pain or pain on the vulva. I think very few people enjoy that pain, because that pain can be, it's not because of the pleasure that you're feeling the pain. It's not because you're exceptionally aroused. It's because your body is blocking you from receiving the pleasure signal. So there's a very different thing from people who enjoy pain and people who experience pain through through sexual activities. I think it's slightly different what you're talking about. Yeah, you can tap into pain, but it shouldn't be something that is something that your body is fighting with you for. It's natural things that are causing you the pain, but that can stop. The pain can stop when you stop biting or spanking or hitting, if that's what turns you on. Whereas this pain I'm talking about is deeper than that. It's an actual physical pain that isn't related necessarily to pleasure.
Yeah. Do we understand how often men experience sexual pain, and what kinds of pain might men experience during sex, and also do they even admit that when sex hurts? In your observation and in what you have seen, Nikki, what have you uncovered?
Yeah, I mean, men can also experience pain. Absolutely, it's not as often as women do. There are not as many men who experience pain, but maybe there's even more silence around it as a result. Because men suffer in silence. They feel embarrassed, or they think that maybe it reflects on their masculinity. So for men, it can occur before, during, or after sex, the same as for women. It can affect them during their erection, can be painful. It can affect them during penetration or ejaculation, and it might be felt anywhere on the penis or the testicles or the pelvis or deeper inside the pelvis. And I think the causes are varied. Infections can be urinary tract or your prostate. It can be a tight foreskin. It can be scarring from previous injury. There's something called Peyronie's disease, which is when scar tissue causes the penis to curve significantly during an erection, and that can make sex uncomfortable or painful. Pelvic floor dysfunction can also affect men. I mean, that's why these pelvic floor physiotherapists that now we luckily have them. We never used to have pelvic floor physiotherapists, and this is a great way to get rid of this kind of pain, because sometimes being very tight, your pelvis being very tight, can cause pain. Men can develop pain after prostate surgery or cancer treatment. So, yeah, there's lots of ways that men can experience pain. It's just not as common as women.
Yeah.
I think what I want people to know, Clement, is that pain is a signal that something needs attention. And I think the first step is to usually see a GP or a urologist to identify and rule out any causes. Why are you feeling this pain? And once you have identified that, you can deal with it. And I think it's very important to seek out medical attention if you are experiencing pain, to talk about it, to bring it out of the shadows so that you can deal with it.
Yeah. 011-883-0702. I know there are a lot of women who often call us during this feature to tell us about how painful sex sometimes is for them. And if that's you, I'd like you to call us. Maybe you want to share your experience, or maybe you found a way to deal with that pain. What solution have you come up with? So do you or your partner experience pain during sex? Maybe you're a guy and you see the pain that your wife or your girlfriend, your partner experiences during sex. How have you navigated that space? And have you even had the opportunity to talk about it? Or maybe it's affecting your relationship. How has your relationship been affected? Share your thoughts with us by giving us a call or sending a WhatsApp voice note.
Strong communities are built on a strong local government. Every day, municipalities work to deliver the essential services that improve lives and support thriving communities across South Africa. As the voice of local government, SALGA represents, supports, and empowers municipalities to build capable institutions, promote good governance, and advance effective service delivery. SALGA, inspiring service delivery.
Your boss noticed. Your ex noticed. The neighbors definitely noticed. Because some cars say, I rented a car. And some cars say, I rented the car. Sani Sixt Rent a Car. Premium rentals. For people who don't settle. Choose the right car. Rent Sani Sixt on sani.co.za.
This is what progress sounds like. At South African Airways, we've added more aircraft to the runway, increased our flights from just over 1,000 in 2021 to over 24,000 last year. And we continue to add more destinations and routes. It's steady progress over time. We know there's still work to do, but every day we're building something stronger. An airline that shares the resilience of the country it carries. South African Airways. Book your next flight at flysaa.com today.
702 and the Dis-Chem Foundation are shining the spotlight on the health matters you want to know more about. Here's what we explored this month.
I believe that when boys are taught empathy, resilience, respect, emotional intelligence, they're more likely to complete their education. We want to get them into careers irrespective of how well they have or haven't done at school. Give them opportunity to be contributing to their communities and ultimately to society. That's the way we want them to go. And they don't have to continue in what they've necessarily seen or grown up with. And they can see hope.
In Conversation on Afternoon Drive with John Perlman. Brought to you by the Dis-Chem Foundation, caring for the community on 702.
Relationship issues?
Relationship talk.
On 702.
23 minutes after 11 o'clock. I want to go to your WhatsApps and calls now, sharing your own experiences around painful sex, if that's something you're dealing with. That's what we're discussing on our relationship and sex feature. A reminder that this is adult radio, so no kids are allowed. So if you or your partner experience painful sex, there's pain during sex, how is it affecting your relationship, and how have you found, if you have, ways to navigate that? Let's start with your WhatsApps on 072 702 1702.
Hi, Nikki. Thank you for this show. Please, can you help me answer this question? Ladies that scream out loud during sexual intercourse, probably because they are having a big penis. Is it because of the penis that they have the pain, or they are having pleasure?
Okay, that's a tough one to tell, Nikki. So he's asking, when women
I love
scream
that
out loud during intercourse, could it be from pain or could it be from pleasure?
Okay, well, that's the fun thing. It could be either, but I'm talking about the good pain. I think the thing is that, you know, when people are in the bedroom, I always say the bedroom is a great place to be a drama queen because it gives you feedback. What's good for you? What feels good? What feels nice? It is hot to hear your partner receiving pleasure, that you are giving them that pleasure. Actually, it even tells your body that you're enjoying yourself. So usually, I would say, I mean, this is just usually people moaning, screaming in the bedroom is about pleasure. But if it's about pain, I think the answer to that is you need to be asking your partner, was that good for you? Does this feel good? Is this hurting you? Shall I carry on? You know, are they moving in a way that gives you the feedback that this is good, that they want you to carry on? Or are they saying, oh, this is sore, don't do it, stop? So I think you need to read the room, basically. Tune into your partner, sink in with what they are feeling, what they are, what's arousing them, and go from there. And the best way to do it is through communication, because communication is lubrication. Communication allows you to know whether that person is experiencing pleasure, pain, whether it's pain they enjoy, whether they want you to carry on. So basically ask your partner, is this good for you? Shall I carry on? Yeah. Because feedback is not criticism. It's actually guidance. It's direction.
Here's another one.
So my wife and I have been together for a very long time. We're both very sexually attracted to each other, but she used to get very sore when we used to have sex. Initially, before I understood what was going on, I thought it came back to me. I thought maybe I wasn't doing my job properly and she wasn't attracted to me, and it caused a whole lot of doubt. But as I, came to understand and did more research about what was going on, it has nothing to do with me. But me and my wife, we worked through it, and it's just a matter of understanding her body, her understanding her body, and me understanding her body, and going slower. A book that really helped her, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but I think it's Come With Me, or Come By Myself. I think that's the book's name. And it did wonders for just understanding her body. And it just brought us into a very happy place in our relationship, and it doesn't hurt anymore because we both know what to do in that situation.
Understanding
Oh, I
your
love
body.
that. Yeah, I love that. And I think what you've tapped into is that many couples can come through it stronger than before because they have learned to communicate better and broaden their definition of intimacy. Because remember, sex is not all about penetration. And work together as a team. And instead of seeing the pain as one person's problem, it's our problem. How do we overcome this? And I love that this caller realized that this wasn't about him. And actually, if he was making it about him, it puts almost more pressure on his wife not to show him and not to be honest because she doesn't want him to feel that way. So I love the way that they were able to communicate with each other and work together to find a solution. I wonder if the book you were talking about is Come As You Are by Ian Kerner. He's amazing. I definitely recommend you read it. It's really anyone who's trying to pleasure a vulva. It is an amazing book. But I love that they've taken this problem, they've used it to get stronger, and I think it was all about the communication there. Pain is not something to grit your teeth through, and it's also not about you. The pain is not something you're doing wrong. And I think the last thing that really got to me, what he said, is slow down. Because slowing down allows our bodies to catch up with often our minds, our arousal, our desire. And so many women who feel pain, they'll come to me and they say, it's painful for me. And then we talk about, being that oven, turning up the dial, taking time to get your partner aroused, and not even thinking about penetration until a long time has passed that your partner is fully aroused. And then they'll come back to me and I'll say, and how's the pain? And they're like, what pain? And they literally have forgotten about it because that's the one good news is pain when it is foremost in your mind is often so hard to overcome. But once you start training yourself to stop fearing it and that it's not something that you're always going to suffer from, it suddenly recedes and you forget about it. So be open to that, go slowly, spend time on arousal, see sex as not just penetration, but all the different activities, the cornucopia of delicious things that we can do to each other's bodies. And in that way, hopefully, we can get rid of most of the pain, but obviously seek help where it is needed.
Yeah, it's 11:30. Bali has the latest in Eyewitness News headlines, and keep your questions, your experiences that you're sharing coming on the WhatsApp line. We'll take your calls as well on 011-883-0702. Bali, Andre Johnson, the former head of IDEC, she seems to be in trouble there at the commission.
That's correct, Clement. It doesn't rain, but it pours for the former IDEC head, Andrea Johnson, who has now been accused of presenting false information during her testimony before Parliament's ad hoc committee on police corruption. This is now the testimony of senior IDEC investigator Mancha Ramaphosa before the Madlanga Commission today. Ramaphosa says Johnson presented a whistleblower report which she claimed had been submitted to IDEC by National Coloured Congress leader Fadil Adams in 2024. Limpopo has a new top cop with Jan Skeepers officially appointed as the province's police commissioner. Skeepers has been acting in the role since May following the retirement of former Commissioner Thembi Hadebe. His appointment was announced during a media briefing today. And in France, government has announced plans to tighten its borders with Spain to deal with immigration challenges. The decision was taken after thousands of migrants crossed from Morocco into Spain. The Interior Ministry has also announced the activation of the Rapid Intervention Border Force. Well, those are the headlines. This EWN and more at midday or as it happens.
EWN Traffic.
While travelling in Bedfordview, we've got delays along the N3 North between Van Buren Road and the Glunis interchange. That's due to roadworks there. There's also queuing traffic on the M2 West heading towards Amalgam between the Crown interchange and Main Reef Road. While travelling in Sharon Lee, queuing traffic on Malibongo Drive towards President for Share. There's also queuing traffic along Winnie Mandela Drive in Fourways due to an accident after Leslie slowing down traffic. If you are travelling towards Eldorado Park, do expect delays on the N12 West just as you approach the Abu Bakr Drive exit. There's also slow-moving traffic reported on the N12 West. This is now in the Edenville area, approaching the R24 merge due to an accident. We'll have more updates for you at the top of the hour. Stay tuned.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app.
When Joburg came together in the iconic CBD for the 702 Josie My Josie Walk the Talk, unforgettable moments were made, and none of it would have been possible without our incredible partners.
I'm Adam Craker. I'm one of the directors of Josie My Josie. I actually did the very first Walk the Talk, and I just really wanted to see this happen again. We decided to partner because we really wanted to bring people back into the inner city. Just amazing to see how many people have come out to see Josie in transformation, and just really wonderful. And I think 702 has done a fantastic job at building the expectations behind this event.
Thank you to all our partners who showed that great things happen when Joburg comes together for the 702 Josie My Josie Walk the Talk, hosted by the City of Johannesburg.
Find your next design obsession at Decorex Joburg. From the 30th of July to the 2nd of August, the Sandton Convention Centre becomes the destination for the latest in decor and design. Explore over 450 exhibitors across 5 levels, inspiring talks and live demos, plus the property show by Private Property. Download the Decorex app and plan your visit today. Decorex Joburg, 30th July to 2nd August. Tickets at decorex.co.za and at the door.
Scholar Transport drivers, every winter morning, our children depend on you to get them to school safely. But overloaded vehicles and rushing against time puts lives at risk. Remember, our children are not cargo. Overloading reduces your ability to stop on wet or icy roads. Drive responsibly, arrive safely, protect every child, every trip. This message is brought to you by the National Department of Transport.
Yo, nothing humbles you like a cold shower.
Happens fast, eh? 1 minute you're living your best life.
Next minute you're questioning everything.
Fair. Here's a quick tip. If your geezer's acting up, don't wait for disaster. Small fixes now save big problems later.
And remember, if you buy cheap, you will shower in the lounge.
We've got loads more tips where that came from.
Quickot, #1 in water heating solutions. Quickot,
add warmth to life.
Meet Abo, good South African and proud e-hailing driver. One day, he picks up passengers mid-fish and chips feast. Yo, sauce flying, vinegar spraying, then boom, tire taps out. Abo, chill. He's got budget insurance e-hailing cover with 24/7 roadside assist. So, no matter how saucy things get, Budget's got his back. Visit budgetinsurance.co.za. Budget is a licensed non-life insurer and FSP. T's and C's online.
Relationship issues?
Relationship Talk
On 702.
25 minutes before 12 o'clock. Let's continue now with your calls and your WhatsApps. We're talking on our relationship and sex feature this morning. It's Adult Radio, and we're discussing painful sex. And yes, painful sex is a reality for many people out there. And as much as sex can be one of the best things to happen, maybe one of the greatest pleasures you can think of, occasionally it can be painful or cause discomfort, and that gets people to worry a lot. And painful sex is a way of messing up with everything from your confidence, your connection to your desire, to even, the intimacy that you have in the first place. Painful sex is more common in women, but it can also affect men too. And I want to hear from both you women, men out there as well. Have you experienced painful sex? Has your partner dealt with pain during sex, and how has it affected your intimacy? How has it affected your relationship as well? Let's start with your WhatsApps.
Hi, Clement. I just want to know what are the risks involved with shaving, because I realized that whenever we didn't shave with my partner, of course, especially Yena, so I will have these frictions on the side of my shaft, should I say my pole. So, and that friction actually tears my skin because of the pubic hair around that area. So I don't know, is it healthy to shave, or are there any risks involved? It's MJ from Sasolburg. Thank you.
All right, MJ, thank you so much. I'll get Nikki to respond to that in a moment. I just want to read another message, Nikki. But yeah, let's put that. MJ wants to know, shaving your pubic hair, is that advisable or not? Because he picks up that when he's not, sometimes there's an impact on his skin. And then Daphne says, "Hi Clement, I'm 67 years, and sex is just a no-no because of excessive pain. I have no desire whatsoever. I did total hysterectomy, used lubricants before, including Vegifen, I think that's what you're saying there. I've given up on intimacy with my partner because I'm like a virgin, as it hurts to a point of bleeding. So it feels, so he feels for me." That's a message there from Daphne. Sure. And I mean, you're listening to that, Nikki, and that's just, nobody wants to ever experience or even describe sex like that, where someone says it hurts so much to a point of bleeding. And that's what you were talking about, that there's a difference between the pleasurable pain that you may, the pain that is still pleasurable, but then there's pain that really speaks to much, much deeper issues. And in this case, unfortunately, it's caused this woman to just give up on sex, and the partner also doesn't do that with her anymore because the partner feels sorry for her. But then where does that leave their intimacy?
So I think, I urge Daphne to not give up. Go to see your doctor again. There are other things that can be done. Even though you have explored a little bit, I see that. Have you been to a pelvic floor therapist? It requires you to become a little bit of a detective. Go to the right doctor. Say this is bothering you, if it bothers you. Obviously, if you're happy not having sex, that's another thing. But if this is important to you. And then I think also we need to and I can understand what happens. It becomes that vicious cycle, because I'm sure it's so frightening for you that to anticipate pain. Your muscles will tense and your anxiety rises and arousal becomes more difficult. And so it's something that you are avoiding, because if you are feeling so much pain, I can absolutely understand why you would want to avoid it. But if it is still important to you and your partner, there are things that can be done. And I urge you to go and seek medical help first, and then communicate with your partner. When you say you've given up on intimacy, penetration itself, yes, perhaps you're bleeding from penetration, but what about other forms of intimacy? What about oral? What about touching? What about toys? What about massage? What about kissing? There are so many other areas that sex is not just penetration. I say that over and over. We need to expand our definition of sex. And what I have found with my clients is that people, when they have suffered through something that has caused them to re-look at their sex lives and to expand their definition of sex, that's when they become creative and they find other ways to show their intimacy, their emotional connection. So don't give up on pleasure. You deserve pleasure. Pleasure is your birthright. You shouldn't be feeling this kind of pain. And if it is through penetration, find out how you can avoid it, but also seek other ways to get pleasure. So that was with Daphne. And I hope that she will get the courage, because she deserves it. With regards to MJ, a lot of people shave their pubic area. It can, be really hot for people, especially it is something that's in at the moment. And and it's a lot sexier for a lot of people. I suppose it's because where we are in society, it's considered maybe a norm. But if it's something that's uncomfortable for you, because a common problem is razor burn and skin irritation, and obviously you are perhaps particularly sensitive. So the skin around the vulva and the penis and the groin is particularly delicate, and it can be left feeling itchy or red or tender or inflamed. So I think you just need to try different things, maybe shaving at a different time, using maybe a different kind of razor. Maybe I hear you saying it's on the shaft. Perhaps avoid the shaft, shaving on the shaft. So I think be careful how you do it. And if it really isn't for you, then maybe cut so that you are groomed, that you are clean, but that you are not actually exposing yourself to razor burn or rashes or ingrown hairs that are perhaps causing you so much pain. And ultimately, you could also see your doctor about it. Ask them, is this something I could avoid? Am I particularly sensitive to this? Is there something else I could use if it's important to you to shave? So explore it. There are answers out there. There are products out there. That is the one good thing about this age that we are in, this age of so much information, so many things that are at our fingertips that are available to us. We don't have to suffer in silence anymore. There are solutions. So find the solution that works for you. Talk about it with your partner. And find something together. See it as we say, that it's something you need to explore together. How can we find something that works for us?
Riley, you're calling us from Guyana. Good morning.
Good morning, Clement. How are you?
I'm all right, brother. How are you?
I'm good, Clement.
Yeah, go ahead, Riley.
Yeah, I had posted a comment, but they said it would be quite too long but yeah, my partner and I have improved our sex lives significantly by, number one, communicating, number two, agreeing on the frequency, and number three, taking truth as a man without allowing it to bruise my ego. And I think maybe number four, I would say, maybe let's just stick to those three.
So there's communication. You guys have agreed on the frequency. So you communicate during intercourse or afterwards, before? How does your communication work?
Okay, so at the start it was during intimacy. I still allow it to tell me if maybe it's painful, or if I need to slow down, or if I need to increase my pace, but. We normally communicate after each and every session, because I need to know, did you climax? Because sometimes he climaxes and I don't hear it. And I told her, you need to be open, right? Because we both need to find pleasure, right? We're here to pleasure one another. It's not a one-sided affair. So we talk about it afterwards, and I ask her, are you happy with how it's going, and are there areas where we can improve? And it has significantly improved our sex life.
That's great to hear, Riley. Thank you so much for that.
Riley, I love that. I mean, that's what I say all the time. Communication is the bedrock to making your bedrock, and you've learned that. And I loved what you said when you said that I don't allow it to bruise my ego, because it's not about you. Someone else's pleasure is not about you. We also have to own the responsibility for our own pleasure, for showing our partner. Our partners are not mind readers. Remember, mind reading is not a sexual skill, unfortunately. We need to tell our partners what we like. I love the way that you've come to a deal on frequency, because that was obviously important to you. So you've talked about it. You've made a contract between each other, and you have realized that conversation about sex is not one single conversation. It's an ongoing conversation. The one thing that I just wanted to say to you, I love that you said it's about both of us receiving pleasure, and I asked her if she climaxed. The thing is that not everyone wants to climax from sex, particularly women. Sometimes we just want to feel connected. Sometimes it's what we want to feel. Do we want to feel treasured, cherished, connected? Or do we really want to get our rocks off? Do we want to feel an explosion? Do we want to get out of our heads? So what is it we want to feel from that experience? And it's not always about orgasm, although obviously an orgasm is the pinnacle of a sexual experience, but it's not something we always want to experience. A lot of men often find that hard to understand. But I think you must bear in mind that maybe your partner feels pressured by you always asking, has she climaxed? Because maybe she didn't need to climax that time. Maybe she didn't want to. Maybe it was just too difficult. Maybe it was just going to take her too long. So I think, did you climax? Did you want to climax? Was that good for you? Is perhaps a better question, because putting pressure on someone to climax is often a great way to remove the ability to climax. When you feel that you have to climax, that's when we fake it, and we don't want to share that with our partner. So just a little tweak. But I love what you're doing. Keep doing it. Amazing. I hope all the other listeners have learned from you too.
Yeah, it's 13 minutes now before 12. Keep your calls and WhatsApps coming.
Dreaming of your next getaway? Whether it's a sun-soaked beach escape, an adventure-packed tour, or a luxury cruise, Flight Centre is your center for travel. We make travel easy, affordable, and stress-free. Plus, you can enjoy exclusive traveler perks with our frequent flighty rewards program. Flight Centre's got you covered. Visit your nearest Flight Centre store or online at flightcentre.co.za. Flight Centre, your center for travel.
Strong communities are built on a strong local government. Every day, municipalities work to deliver essential services that improve lives and support thriving communities across South Africa. So as the voice of local government, SALGA represents, supports, and empowers municipalities to build capable institutions, promote good governance, and advance effective service delivery. SALGA, inspiring service delivery.
Dad, how come Mom's not coming to my soccer game?
Well, Mom isn't allowed to come to your soccer games anymore.
Is it because she tried to tackle Coach KB for giving me a red card?
Maybe.
Humans who fiercely protect the people they love. Welcome. Search Liberty Protect to protect your life and legacy today. Liberty, in it with you, all of you. Liberty Group Limited, a licensed life insurer, an authorized FSP, and part of the Standard Bank Group. T's and C's, risks and limitations apply.
Find your next design obsession at Decorex Joburg. From the 30th of July to the 2nd of August, the Sandton Convention Centre becomes the destination for the latest in decor and design. Explore over 450 exhibitors across 5 levels, inspiring talks and live demos, plus the property show by Private Property. Download the Decorex app and plan your visit today. Decorex Joburg, 30th July to 2nd August. Tickets at decorex.co.za and at the door.
Relationship issues?
Relationship Talk
on 702.
It's going up to 10 minutes before 12 o'clock. Before we go to more of your WhatsApps and texts, Nikki, there was a question about the book. Where can people get the book? Sexponential. It was launched and it's already in bookstores. Please just get the listeners to understand where they can get the book and how do they follow you on social media.
Oh, thank you, Clement. I have got my new book, Sexponential, Transform Your Sex Life. It's in all major bookstores. It's on Takealot, it's on Amazon, it's on Kindle. Please get your book. I'm hoping this will help people open up the conversation around sex, start talking about things that we know that we find very difficult to talk about, so that we can change this narrative that we have about keeping sex strapped into shame. And so you can get it anywhere there. And you can follow me on social media on all the platforms. My main platform is Instagram. Ask Nikki, N-I-C-K-I. Ask a question. Ask Nikki. And please ask me questions. I love to interact with my listeners. And I'm here for you for any questions that you have. Thank you so much.
So ask Nikki on social media. Otherwise, get Sexponential. Nikki's book
or really, do both, Clement.
Or do both, actually. But yeah, it's a book that's really quite informative, and there's a lot of research that goes into it. But yeah, and when you look at the book, it's almost like you're talking to Nikki and you're consulting with her. She's just written this in the most practical and functional way. Here's some WhatsApps that have come on 0727021702.
Good morning, Clement and your guest. I just want to find out, how can it be that a female individual or separate female individuals of the same body build will receive me differently. One will tell me, go harder and faster, and one will tell me, yo, Hubutloko, please slow down, don't put it in too deep, what. Is it, I mean, do women have different sizes? You know, I don't mean to be graphic, but yeah, do they have different sizes? Unfortunately for me, I'm going to have kids in the car imminently, so I'll listen to your answer on your podcast. Have a good show forward.
I love this question, Clement. Thank you. Thank you for that question. Yes, absolutely. Our bodies are completely different. They vary according to, there's such a variation. In fact, our vulvas can vary almost by 100%. Someone's can be so much smaller, someone's vulva than another person's. It's almost, and I like to say our whole sexuality is as individual as our fingerprints. So bodies, our women's bodies are mystery to everyone, including ourselves. And that's why I encourage women to get to know their bodies well themselves so that they can pass on this knowledge to partners, because it's so difficult to understand them. They vary and change according to where we are in our menstrual cycle, where we are in our arousal arc, where we are emotionally or under stress. Our bodies are really they're one of the great mysteries of life. And I love that you have tapped into that. And I think what makes someone a great lover is someone who listens to what their partner likes. Because each partner will be different. If you bring your skills that you think you've learned from one partner to another, you could be bringing the completely wrong skills. So see each sexual experience as something new, something exciting, a new land to discover, and tap into that person, hear what they like. Do they like it harder, faster, tapping? How much do they want their clitoris involved? So I think definitely go with an open mind, listen to what your partner has to say, and realize that we are all different. And believe it or not, men are also different. It's just that we see their appendages a lot easier. So, I often say a man will be able to pick out his penis in a lineup, but ask women, they can't pick out their own vulvas because we don't look at them. So the thing is, get to know yourself and share that with your partner, and men and women. But women, definitely, it is a little bit more difficult because it's obviously more internal. Yeah,
Clement, I have this problem with this lady of mine, man. Hey, could you please ask the lady what makes the peach emoji dry? And my girl, she complains that it's painful, So it's really bothering me. It's worrying me. I'm even thinking of cheating because, hey, it's not nice, man. It's not nice. It really isn't. It really isn't.
So he was saying what makes the peach emoji, so referring at, I'm assuming, to a vagina, or like what makes it dry, because he says the partner is always complaining about that, and now he's even considering going out. And I mean, you can tell here there really hasn't been an exploration of what could be behind the pain.
And I think, again, we're talking about the lubrication.
Yeah.
And why isn't she getting wet? It doesn't mean that she's not aroused. Remember, I mentioned that there are hormone changes. There are a variety of reasons that a woman may not be getting wet. And it doesn't mean necessarily that she is not desirous of you. It's called arousal non-concordance. So I'd like him to think about one day having had an erection when he didn't want one, or even more, I'm sure he'll understand not getting an erection when he wanted one. That's arousal non-concordance. It's wanting to get wet, but not necessarily. And that's why lubrication is so important. So get a lubricant. use a lubricant. Don't expect her to get wet. Help use a lubricant. Go slower. Take more time on her so that she can get more aroused, that her vulva can swell and engorge so that you can both enjoy that engorgement. So just take more time. Don't blame. I think that's the thing. A lot of us, because we feel hurt, we think, is there something wrong with us? We often blame our partners. And that just creates the cycle where the partner feels rejected. The partner who feels rejected makes the other partner feel guilty and feel unwanted. And then communication stops. And now we are dealing with pain, but we're not talking about it. We're also now dealing with loneliness and resentment and misunderstanding. So I think open up that conversation again. Stop pointing a finger. This is a problem we both have. How can we solve it together instead of pointing a finger, blaming the person, making the other person feel rejected? Because I can tell you, if you're feeling rejected and guilty for not giving it, you are not getting wet. And the wonderful thing about getting wet is you can just go and buy a lube at any one of the stores nearby you, and you can avoid that problem now.
Nikki, thank you so much. It's always great to chat to you. Nikki Brivik is a certified sex and intimacy coach. Go check her out on social media on Ask Nikki. Also, she's an author. The title of her book is Sexponential. Go check it out in all bookstores. Thank you for making time for us, Nikki. It's 3 minutes before 12.
Your office is more than just a place to work. It's a reflection of your success. At Desk and Chair, we help you elevate your workspace with locally manufactured desks and a wide range of chairs to suit your style and budget. Our expert consultants are with you every step of the way, from planning to delivery and assembly. Visit our showroom in Midrand or shop online at deskandchair.co.za. Desk and Chair. Think, feel, work better.
There's maxing, and then there's a fold that adapts to you. Introducing the new Samsung Galaxy Z8 series, the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra, Z Fold 8, and Z Flip 8. 3 incredible foldables powered by Galaxy AI to help you create, discover, and get more done. So, which foldable clocks you? Pre-order now and get up to 1,500 Rand worth of accessories and more. Offers available at participating stores until 12 August. T's and C's apply.
Sharpen your competitive edge and get ready for the next installment of the Tournament of Champions. Do battle on the biggest stage and prepare for an epic showdown as you fight for your share of the 500,000 Rand prize. Bet 2 Rand or more on selected spinner zonke slots to blaze a trail to the top of the leaderboard and claim victory.
T's and C's apply. Hollywood Sportsbook is a licensed betting operator. No persons under the age of 18 years are permitted to gamble. Winners know when to stop. South African Responsible Gambling Foundation toll-free counseling line 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp HELP to 076 675 0710.
Coming up
on the Midday Report
with Mandy Wiener.
Mandy, good morning.
Good morning.
What's popping?
Yet another IDAC member building the case against Andrea Johnson at the Midlanga Commission today. They're lining up, everyone's getting thrown under the bus.
What would you do if you were Andrea Johnson right now? Like, do you sit at home and switch off your TV and do you sit with your kids and say, we're moving?
To another country?
Yeah, like call Trump and say genocide.
It's hard to watch.
Yeah, it's
really
so difficult to watch.
To watch your subordinates lining up to testify against you. We'll look at the trial within a trial at the Kat Matlala case. The DA has had a press conference this morning about Parliament. They're going to court over the salary of the Secretary to Parliament. We're also going to have a look at just how Phala has impacted on Parliament as well. And it's Friday, Clem.
Spots and good things too on the Midday Report.
Sorry, I let you say that all by yourself.
Yeah, it's fine. Spots and good things too.
Spots and good things too.
Coming up on the Midday Report with Mandy Wiener. Thank you for listening to the Friday edition of the show. We'll be back on Monday between 9 and 12. Have a beautiful weekend, my friends. Bye-bye.
This is EWN.
Good afternoon. I'm Bali Dlamini. Former IDAC head Andrea Johnson has been accused of presenting false information during her testimony before Parliament's ad hoc committee on police corruption. This is the testimony of senior IDAC investigator Mancha Raphesu before the Madlanga Commission today. Raphesu says Johnson presented a whistleblower report which she claimed had been submitted to IDAC by National Coloured Congress leader Fadil Adams in 2024. In the original complaint, Adams asked IDAC to investigate the political killings task team over the alleged abuse of the Secret Service slush fund. But Raphesu says the whistleblower report presented to Parliament was different. Alpha Ramshwana has more.
In December 2024, former IDAC head Andrea Johnson assigned Fadil Adams' whistleblower report to prosecutor Drushanta Ramsamy. Ramsamy later shared the report with senior IDAC investigator Mancha Raphesu. Both Ramsamy and Raphesu say Adams' report focused extensively on the abuse of the Secret Service slush fund by the political killings task team. But Raphesu says he was shocked when Johnson later presented Parliament with a different document, claiming it was Fadil Adams' official whistleblower report.
I was watching when the ID was presenting it ad hoc. So there was a point where she indicated that PKTT was not part of the Section 27 referral. I was shocked because the Section 27 that I saw, that information was there. It was false.
As further allegations have emerged against Johnson, the Commission has asked her to respond to the new claims. Alpha Ramshwana, Eyewitness News, Pretoria.
Limpopo has a new top cop with Jan Skeepers officially appointed as the province's police commissioner. Skeepers has been acting in the role since May following the retirement of former Commissioner Thembi Hadebe. His appointment was announced during a media briefing today. Mongezi Koko reports.
Jan Skeepers began his career in the SANDF before joining the SAPS, where he rose through the ranks to serve in a number of senior leadership positions. Acting National Police Commissioner Puleng Dimpane said